howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to the show. My name is Nguyen, and I am the host and creator of the SnortCast. We've been going live twice a week on the SnortCast. I just love live TV. The SnortCast. We've got international. We've got Williamsburg. We've got Ohio, Baltimore, Toronto. We've got Tonga. What? I think people just heard sex in the second point, so we'll flow from.
I am not ready to talk about it. It is. I just don't. Oh my God!
What the hell happened to your arm?
It's just a fashion accessory.
That was fantastic.
Thank you so much for joining the SnortCast, something that I deeply love doing, which is laughing, and I hope to see you on our show every week, keeping it snorting real. And howdy, 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 and welcome to the SnortCast Lockdown Edition. This is episode 2 of something that I'm trialing, and I'm very lucky that I have a couple of comedians who are in lockdown here in Melbourne who are joining this show tonight. And if you are watching the show, please tell me where you're watching this show from. Let me know where you're snorting from. This show couldn't have come to fruition if it wasn't for you. It happened because you tune in and have a great laugh with me. And it's all about comedy and people who make people laugh. And so basically the SnortCast was a lockdown show in 2020 where I interviewed my colleagues, my friends, and talked about comedy and process. And I'm very excited because this show is actually a podcast now on Nova Podcast Official. And so you can check out all the interviews that come out each week on the podcast channel. All right. Please let us know where you are watching from, and please follow us on the SnortCast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and hashtag the SnortCast. I think I'm the only snorter on who's totally branded the snorting. So please join us there, and also you can be a Patreon and show me the money. Yay! But let's do it. Let's bring on our guests for tonight. They are funny people who performed at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival 2021. Please welcome Annie, Kevin, and Anna.
Hello.
Hello. Good to see everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Yay, welcome to the show. And I want to ask you, the first question is, how are you in lockdown, Anna? We're on the verge of leaving.
I'm exhausted. I think people don't realize how exhausting doing nothing can be. I think especially because you do the first lockdown, you're like, this is the lockdown, and then we're done. And you do lockdown 5, you're like, oh, I've got to prepare for next lockdown. Like, that's all I'm doing for the next 3 or 4 weeks. It's just getting things ready, buying all the things that I'm going to need for lockdown 6. Just to prep.
It's like we need a bunker of lockdowns that we're going to be having in 2021. And Annie, how are you going?
Hey, yeah, processing it all. I just came out of a workshop with a guy named Will Centurion as part of the People of Cabaret, where he's all about mental health, and I just needed that right now. It was like perfect timing. So yeah, it got me out of a funk. But I'm glad that we're coming out of it so that I can also better prepare myself and be a bit more resilient in case it happens again. My thoughts on the state of the arts right now is like a bit down in the dumps. So hopefully doing something like this is going to lift us all, even the people who are tuning in who aren't performers, because we really need that support. And I feel the activism rising in me this time around.
Feel the activism. And activism is right below us. So, Kevin, you are showing your flag, your country, proudly. Free the flag. Kevin, how are you?
I'm going good, sister. I've dodged lockdown. I'm from South Australia. I got stuck up here. I got stuck up here in Queensland, and I don't worry about lockdowns because it's more about getting locked up. Is a little bit different. So I'm just glad I'm not getting locked up. But lockdown I can do. Locked up, I'm over it. But I've dodged lockdown in SA, and I'm stuck up in Queensland. and I've got to stay here. Fortunately, that all my work, 80% of my work is in Queensland this month.
Oh, there you go. Amazing. I do that. You dodge lockdown because it feels like you escaped the lockdown pretty well. Good job. Look, I've been kind of stalking.
I escaped my ex-girlfriend. I got out of there. I'm like, I just bam, I'm gone. Yeah. I told her I was going to get the bread and milk. I haven't come back yet.
You're out of there. Hang on a minute.
Did your ex-girlfriend give you a 5-kilometer radius as well?
I'll tell you what, 500-kilometer radius I'm looking at me because, she one scary woman, yeah. When you're coming out you cracking the curtains like that to come out the house, you just crack it like that. They got inside your head when you're doing that, so, white fellas, they open curtains and go, whoa, can we help you? Black women just go, just cracking like that there, Who's out there? Mormons out there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anna, I just want to say you've done Lockdown 5 really, really well because this is you. Are you sponsored by Maccas?
I was just knew a lot of people doing the depressed 3 a.m. Uber Eats delivery, and I'm like, I need to make content. I need to be relevant in this lockdown situation. So I'm like, why not turn this into a thirst trap situation? Everyone I know is a horny queer who's just like desperate to get out of the house, desperate to get back into the gay bars and make out with people. So just really capitalizing on my audience with this one.
That's it. It has gone viral. Like everyone was really living in it. They were like, yes, because I love the hashtag wannabe model. There's like 6-7 photos that you just posed, so it's great. I loved it.
Yeah, just photos of me chowing down on a triple cheeseburger, ring light set up, romantic blue lighting in the background.
Love
Why
it.
not?
Why not? What are your poses? Can I get a model pose from each of you? What would be your model pose?
Come on, Annie. I want to see Annie's first.
I think it's the one that was printed on
It's all
a pair
about the
of socks.
expensive faces. The expensive hands is what it's about.
Expensive hands.
Just
I was laughing with your mouth
hands.
as open as possible.
They cost a lot of money, so you don't want to touch anything too hard in case you break them because they're so expensive.
I just do my Uncle Jimmy. My Uncle Jimmy, straight off the mission, he got out with his nostrils. My Uncle Jimmy could do 4 lines of coke with one nostril. I tell you now, he's just a big guy. We call him Uncle Hoover. Uncle Hoover. He got like there.
They say the best actors get the extreme close-ups, and that's what you are.
I feel like that's the same angle I get when I try and Zoom with my my parents back home. Is this working? Can you see us?
You're on mute. Can't hear you.
I can't hear you. I can't.
But Anna, we heard a lot about you at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival because we all performed at the comedy festival. We did it, people. We had such a good time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, and can I just say, I was really proud of you, Annie. Your first gala. Definitely won't be your last, but it was great to be backstage with you and seeing you go through the whole. And you get out there and you crush, sister, and I was so proud of you, girl.
Yeah, it feels like the most athletic thing I ever did, and it didn't really involve any exercise, but it was like trying to get your time down to fit the 4 minutes. That's us backstage, and Kevin's giving me advice. He's like my coach. He's saying don't worry about it, just have fun.
It was good to see, sis. And as you know, it was a very cold night. That's why I had that Melbourne beanie on.
Yeah, you didn't wear that on stage, but as soon as you came off,
no.
Yeah, I didn't know it was your first time. He didn't. I thought it was your first time, and then I watched. I'm like, oh, I must have missed her first one because this is pretty natural.
Oh, thanks. It's still on the YouTube if anyone wants to watch it. But yeah, I try not to overthink it because I was still deciding what material to do up until the last possible minute because I didn't want to go overtime because they will start to shave it off in the editing process and you lose your creative control. So I was really conflicted until I just said, just let it go and whatever happens, happens. And yeah, it was just so much fun. And yeah, I just listened to my gut instead of any of all the advice that was coming in from different angles. But hopefully it's not the last one and I need to fight back on that imposter syndrome that says like, maybe I'm a one-hit wonder and like I've peaked.
Nah,
It'll happen.
You're definitely going places, sister. And when you're a household name, I said, see, I told you, you're going to be a household name.
What's it like though, being a household name yourself, Kevin?
Yeah,
I don't think I'm a household name. I don't think I'm a household name, but I'm known amongst the mob. Like, there's a lot of black fellas that know me, and so you know, I can go pretty much anywhere in Aboriginal Australia, and a lot of the mob know me. So it's good to be crossing over into the white comedy scene and the mainstream comedy scene, because you get recognised a lot more now. And I'm up here on the Gold Coast, but it's good, but it's not my motivation. But I just love fanning all my good friends and other comedians and colleagues. I love fanning all you fellas' flames, so we can all burn bright together. You know what I mean?
Well, thanks,
That's
Kevin.
very nice. No.
Adorable.
Well, we'll just have
Thank you,
to, Anna. We'll just have to, injure them next year so that we can get a spot on All Stars.
I
No,
don't
that ain't
think
gonna
I
happen.
can
Me and
do it.
Annie, we're gonna team up.
What's that?
I don't
Like
think I can
abundance
do it.
mentality, people. We can all have a spot.
I will point out, I might be queer, but I'm still white. If I injure any of you to get a spot, it's still going to look real bad.
Yeah.
Just Anna Piper Scott, kneecaps, helpless Aboriginal man. I don't think that's going to be the kickstart my career.
You're going to crowbar your way in.
Yeah.
But look, Anna, you've had a great year. You were nominated for Best Newcomer.
Yeah, that was very, very exciting. I was really happy with that. I don't know what to say about it. I've been doing the show for about a year now, minus the year that was stuck in lockdown. But yeah, I was real stressed doing it because I hadn't done it for a year. It'd been trapped away in a drawer, stuck in lockdown, and then it turned out I still knew the show and people still liked it, and all the jokes had aged well enough over a year that I didn't have to change anything. So yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, and then Adam Hills came to see it, which was really gratifying, and ended up getting me a spot on Willosophy. So yeah, it's already opened a couple of doors for me. So I'm feeling pretty good.
Fantastic, and you had amazing reviews. You sold out as well, and
it is a very well reviewed show. It's slightly embarrassing at this point. When I put on the post, it's just
more stars in there. It's just a giant star.
Like
you noticed when you said you got more stars in there, and I just went, stop it.
Me?
I'm the Milky Way up here. I am the Milky Way.
But just part of me really was like hoping that I'd get a 1-star review just to post something different, because I feel like once you post a 4 or 5-star review, no one cares. But just if someone be like, this fucking tranny doesn't know anything, it'd be like, this is a review that's going to sell me some tickets finally. That's all I care about. I care about the ticket sales. I'm very poor.
Yeah. And if you have a question for Anna, Kevin, and Annie, please just pop it in the comments, and we will answer them as we go through the show. And the show's a bit of fun, a bit of joy. I want to ask a question because Anna got nominated for Best Newcomer. Annie and Kevin, what award would you like to win?
Ooh,
if there was an award in the world, what award would you like to be awarded for?
I'm bummed I'm not on the latest season of Celebrity MasterChef, even though when I told my family, they're like, with what dish? And I was like, well, that's the point, the fact that I can't cook. So yeah, anything that's outside of my field that would impress people with like, oh, she can do that as well. Like, I'd take that any day and shock people.
Okay,
Yeah,
so let's
good
talk about you.
question, Guy. Good question. What award would you like to win?
You too, Anna. Have a think.
I'd like to win the Best Cuddly Award because, as you know, Annie and Di, I'm very cuddly. And there's a few times when people come in for the cuddle, and it's happened where people are that comfortable with me that they doze off. And I'm like, get off me, And then men getting jealous. The men out there getting jealous. You've been sleeping with my woman. You've been sleeping. No, she slept on me, So I would say that it would have to be the Best Cuddly Award, yeah?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
you would
that's
win.
all I got. That's all I got.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. How about you, Anna? If it wasn't Best Newcomer, what award would you like to win?
I feel like I want to be the person on one of these shows who's giving out the awards, you know? Like every time I watch a reality show, I don't want to compete. I want to be the person judging and providing the critiques, you know? Like I think like guest judge on Drag Race is my career goal. Like that's where I want to be. To be like, no, you didn't really bring it this episode. You're gonna have to go home.
Yeah.
Having said that, I had the pleasure of sharing a stage with Karen from Finance the other night. And
She's lovely.
Awesome. Love her work, and what an absolute gem and a good heart.
I haven't met Karen. Have you met Karen, Diana?
No.
Yeah, the Some Special Man. This is a great plug for Karen from Finance. If we could just plug her one more time, Karen from Finance.
The award I would like to win, and I just thought of it while you were talking, was I would like to win Dancing with the Stars. If I would like
it.
That would be you, Diana.
Yeah.
You got all the management there. Get them on. You should be on that.
I know.
Because yes, exactly. That is
That's
you
serious.
all over.
How do I get onto Dancing with the Stars?
Well, you got to find it when they're filming and just bam, bust on the scene. You know, like you just try it that way, maybe. But you got great. What do you call it? Management there. You were good management. Get them. We could be batting for you to get in there because that is you to a T.
I haven't even thought about it, but it is. That should be top of the wish list, and it's not unrealistic.
By the way, I'll battle you any day, Diana. I'll put it down. You want to battle? Let's battle.
Let's battle.
I'll give you a battle.
Thanks,
I'll battle dance you.
We'll battle everyone.
Hey, my people have been dancing for millennia, so I'm challenging you to a dance battle. Right?
That's it.
It's on. It's on, my sister.
Bring it.
I'm very passionate.
We have our audience joining and watching this battle right now from India. We've got Sydney. We've got Adelaide. We've got people. We've got Sydney joining on YouTube. Thanks for joining. I think we've got Vietnam. Thanks for joining Vietnam. My people are here. Brisbane. We've got someone saying, Amen, Annie. There you go. Thanks for joining us. Oh, this is sweet. I was deep asleep snoring, but woke up at 3 a.m. to catch Diane and Nguyen in California. What the fuck?
Wow, how cool is that?
Thank you for joining. So you're joining
Annie in the house.
Annie, Anna, and Kevin on the show today. Let's have a little break. Let's do a little quiz, music quiz show. Could I get your buzzer sounds, please, Kevin? What's your buzzer sound?
I used to be able to fart on cue, but I can't do that no more. I don't have anything here.
Use your mouth. Use your mouth.
Ooga. That's what I can come up with. First thing come to my head. I don't know why.
I know what's your sound?
Trans rights.
I'm going to go with an animal one. I'll go with a goose. A honk. Yeah. Honk.
Anna, because you're our guest, because I haven't interviewed you yet, you get to pick which decade.
Oh, wow. A lot of pressure. I think 1980s is going to help Kevin out too much. So I'm going to say 2000s.
Whoa.
I don't know that I'll do great at 2000s, but I think I'll at least have disadvantage Kev.
Well, good call, Anna. You'll keep.
Look, we're competitive, all right? Here we go.
I'm not here to make friends. I came to win.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Are we ready? Multiple choice, but if you know it, just honk in. Which song won the Grammy for Record of the Year in 2008? A, Hey Ya, B, Umbrella, C, Poker Face, or D, Rehab?
Trans right.
Oh, I'll go for Anna.
I think it was Lady Gaga. Poker face.
Bow. Annie?
Rihanna? That was the first thing that came to mind.
Bow. Kevin?
Hiya.
You guys all suck. Well, it's
Which one's
actually,
the-
I love you too.
it's actually quite scary. But because Amy Winehouse died only two days ago. I think it was like a 10-year anniversary or something. Rehab was the record of the year in 2008. There you go.
Wow.
I swear I was listening to Best of 2008 as a Spotify playlist recently.
She
So I'm
was
disappointed I did not get
inspired.
that.
Was Amy
inspired-
Winehouse on there?
I don't think it was.
So, well, who won it? Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse.
Yes.
Rehab.
I think she was inspired by Greg Fleet.
Oh, really?
Bit of a comedy in joke there. Hope he's not watching.
Believed you too.
I don't care.
How much of an in-joke is it? He wrote a whole memoir about it.
All right, next question. Who released a disco version of Comfortably Numb in 2006? A. Robbie Williams. B. John Mayer. C. Sister Sisters. D. Wavecliff Jean. I don't say that same name right.
Trans rights.
Anna.
Scissor Sisters.
Correct.
No.
We should have went 1980s. We should have went 1980s.
We need some of the music to play afterwards. It's
That's
otherwise,
true.
yeah.
That is true. But I've got two hands and no tech person, so I can't multitask that hard yet.
Yeah.
I
You don't listen to that many disco covers of Pink Floyd, Cass?
Nah, I'm not a Pink Floyd. I like Pink Floyd, but no.
All right, here we go. Sean Corey Charter is the real name of which artist? A. Sean Paul. B. Jay-Z. C. Timbaland. D. 50 Cent.
Ooga.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah. Carter. Yes. Picking myself.
Oh.
The middle name that throws you off, isn't it?
Mm.
No, I knew that. He related to me. Yeah.
Adelaide's own Sean
it.
Carter.
Well, that wouldn't be related to Beyonce, which would be very impressive.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's not impressive it's related to Jay-Z, but it is impressive if it's
Yes.
related to him.
And if I was that rich, all my cousins would be all my cousins would be just flies to shit if I was that rich. I tell you, they'd be like all over me. Yeah.
All right. So this is the last question. And with Anna and Kevin, you're on one each, and Annie, you can try to tie. All right.
Bring it.
Here we go. In which year did Destiny's Child release Bootylicious? A.
Ooga.
Ooh.
Oh,
Kevin.
That I remember that because they had my cheeks on the front cover and of their album, and I said thank you very much. I am Bootylicious, but it would be around
buying
about
time. Disqualify him.
19. It was in the late 2000.
2000.
There you go. 2000.
2000 what? 2000s? 2000.
2000.
You're close. A. 2002. B. 2004. C. 2006. Or D. 2001. Annie and Anna, it's up to you.
Trans rights.
Got my
Oh,
heart.
Anna.
2001.
Yes. There you go.
Good one.
You were close, Kevin. I'm surprised by your
No,
knowledge.
'cause I remember when that song come out, I got a lot of it was when your songs take you back to a certain time and place, and it was something that me and my ex used to laugh about, and I used to tease her about that song, yeah. And that my son who plays for Melbourne,
Yes.
it was his mother, yeah, that I used to tease around that song. So, and I knew around the time, so I was just 1 year off.
1 year off?
What's your
1 year
favorite
off.
song off that album?
Was it Say My Name?
Oh yeah, that's a good
On
one.
that was that on that album?
I don't think it was on that album,
No.
no. Would Booty
I will-
Lips from the Charlie Angels era?
To me, it's
Yeah.
all one
Yeah.
album. I can't.
Well,
really
I'm not too
remember.
thing on music. I'm not too thing on music, but I just kind of like remember when that song come out. So I was only 1 year off. Yeah, so not too bad.
That's it. And Kevin, you just talked about your superstar son who plays for Melbourne Football Club. How proud are you as a dad to have, two superstars in one family?
Well, it's funny how that goes around because he always grew up going, oh, that's Kevin's son. That's Kevin's son. Now I'm Kaisaya's dad, so how it just twisted around a little bit, No, he's a good young man and I'm proud of his achievements with his football. But I said to him, it's more important to me that you're a good man because I know a lot of good footballers that are arseholes. So always work on your character. Always work on your character. So I always, but he's a good young man. I love him.
Is that him there on the right?
Yeah, that's my little chalk drop right there. Yeah.
Yeah, very cute. And yeah, I saw him play for Melbourne on the weekend. He was kicking goals. He's fast.
He's super quick. He gets it from me. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you have been running before you jumped on. You did say you were running, so.
Oh,
that's good.
Exactly. I'm back training again. So yeah, I'm actually from that photo that with me and Annie was in. So Annie, I've lost 4 kilos since the last time I seen you.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you training for?
I'm training for for health reasons. There's no crisis. There's no crisis. I come from an athletic background. I played a lot of AFL and footy and basketball, and I was always a fitness person. And then I just let myself slip, and I was like, I just woke up one day and I said, "No, time to change. Just get out there and start making good changes and healthy life choices."
Great.
And I've got children. I've got to lead by example.
Yeah, lead by example. That sounds good. I've just got a question here from our audience. They've asked, have you seen the Australian swimming coach performing like Mick Jagger of Rolling Stones at the Tokyo 2020? And I've got some footage here that we can watch. If you haven't seen it, not that one. Here we go. So this is the
amazing.
footage.
Oh, this guy. Good.
That was exactly how my people celebrated when we was louder off the missions.
Wow. Oh, keeping it real there, Kevin.
No, it was an amazing celebration. What an awesome it was awesome. It was awesome and made everyone proud. But what an amazing celebration! I celebrated like that when I purchased a bucket of chips the other day, and I thought I had no money in my account. I'm like, yes.
I thought you were going to say when you finished the chips, but then there's another chip still there. Like, yeah. Surely this is being memed.
I had an invoice that I've been waiting on for 3 weeks get paid yesterday, and I had the same reaction of just like, yes.
Well, as an artist, we all know what you go through. We all know what you go through. We all artists, we know that. I'm still chasing up payments from 2 months ago, man.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Talking about viral things that are on the internet or offline or online. Annie, what's the weirdest thing you've seen in the last month in July?
Whoa, that's a big question. I see a lot of weird things all the time. Probably today at the supermarket, I was in line behind another millennial and she stressed me the hell out. Like everybody watching was like on edge because she goes, I just need to transfer from my account to pay for these groceries and my phone is on 1%.
Oh.
Luckily, it all went through, but I'm like, that is living life on the edge.
That is funny. Somewhere. That is funny. That is funny. I like that. You need to put that in your show.
Maybe I typed it in my phone. Like if it works, I can't wait for clubs to open again. But that's what I mean. Comedy happens all around us all the time.
Okay, I got to tell you a very similar story, but it was me. So I went to David Jones to buy a pair of shoes, but my phone had run out of batteries, but I forgot to transfer money from my 2 accounts to buy the shoes. So my account had zero amount. So I went to the woman at the desk and said, could I charge my phone so that I can transfer it, so I can charge it, turn on my phone, then transfer the money so I can buy the shoes.
Did you need them that day? Like
Well,
you couldn't
see,
come back?
And that's funny. That's funny, Di. But in my family, we say, "How black is that?"
Oh, really? Oh, well, I'm part of the family. You always call me sister, so
Yes,
okay.
yeah, that's real. That's you sure you're not from Rauchen, like where I come from? That's what we do at home. Yeah,
That's what we do. Anna, what's the weirdest thing you've seen online, offline this month?
Oh, I mean, I've had a bunch of angry footy boys in my DMs recently because I was posting about how the arts are getting treated much worse than sports during the pandemic, much less like income support opening much slower and everything like that. And a bunch of, I will point out, I called them all footy boys, and someone mentioned to me, they're all Essendon supporters. I was like, football fans are terrible. It's like, no, it's just Essendon supporters
Oh
are terrible.
no,
Apparently.
that's my team. Not that I've watched the
Yeah.
game in years. I didn't know that was a stereotype.
I don't know anything about football. This is the only thing I know about football, is that I do not like Essendon supporters. But just them getting my comments and, are you a boy or a girl? And like, why do you care, buddy? Asking me how much surgery costs, and like, I can help you through this if you really want to know. I can spell out the cost for you.
good
So
comeback.
one who's like, someone was like, are you a trans woman? Either way, it's not natural. What's a trans woman? I don't know, but it's not natural. I'm like, if you don't know, you don't get to tell me how natural it is. Like, you're not going to be like, what's a penguin? I don't think they're natural. Like, you've got to know what something is before you can tell me off about it.
Penguin rights.
So, yeah, just chats with Essendon boys is the weirdest things I've had to put up with recently.
Oh, that's how the arts and sport integrate is on your DMs, Anna.
Yeah, this is just another reason for trans women not to get involved in sports. It's too hectic.
Well, we've got a question here from Zoe, and Anna, if you could answer, what would you rather, a huge crowd of people who have no idea what they are about to see, or an intimate show with your regular audience?
I would personally prefer a huge crowd who have no idea what they're about to see. Because I've done that a couple of times and I really enjoy it. I come out and I think a regular straight cis crowd, they see someone like me and they're like, no, this is going to be my kind of comedian. And then I turn them into my biggest fans over a 10-minute set. And it's just like, yeah, I'm your new favorite comedian. You're queer now. Deal with it. This is conversion therapy.
Yes. How about you, Kevin? What would you rather?
Well, I think I love both crowds. I think as artists, I think the small intimate crowds really keep you sharp, and but also, yeah, you can't beat the big crowds. Love doing big crowds, it's just that raw laughter when they all laugh at once, and I love the huge crowds. Yeah.
Annie?
I feel like we're all at that level where, because we're not fully household names yet. Every big crowd that we get doesn't know what they're about to see. And so you have to work your way up to that, to proving yourself. So if you can choose, of course, you'd want a room full of laughs. And being the underdog is a good place to start as well. But I think the intimate show would also be great because I don't know who exactly my regular audience is. Like, I'm pretty bad at recognizing like faces and remembering names and stuff. So I would like to corral them all into a room so I can just eyeball you all and be like, oh, you're one of my regulars, huh? You too. Okay, I'll try and remember you next time.
No, great.
Yeah, definitely big crowds.
Yeah, Kevin's seen me perform Kim Hung on stage, and I've gotten I think that an audience was 200 people dancing, but I have had 2,000 people dance with me with that character that I play of my mother, and I have to say I could not, I felt my heart still pounding hours after. Would you agree that that's a big crowd or even a small laugh. I guess with comedy, when people feed you a laugh, it really fills your soul. What do you do to nurture yourself after a big gig like that? Because your adrenaline's still pumping. As comedians, what's your kind of self-care?
I'll quickly answer that, and then. But so for me, when I first started, it was like such a high, such a high, and then you come off and you're like, you're one extreme. You're in front of all these people performing, major big laughs, and then an hour to an hour and a half later, you're in your room twiddling your thumbs, and you're like looking around. But now I guess for me, it's like job done, get on to the next gig. I don't stay there anymore like I used to. Oh, that was a great gig. That was a great gig. Yeah, it was. But now it's like, when's the next gig? Because you're only as good as your last gig. So when you've had your bad gigs, you look forward to getting back on stage again, so you can, what do you call it? What's the fucking word? You can redo, like you can fucking come on, help me out here, people.
Saying a lot of art.
Redeem yourself. Redeem yourself, Anna. I love you. I love you. And Anna and Di just let me hang out. Treat me like that. You knew. Anna, come and save me. Thank you, my beautiful sister. Yeah. So I for me, I'm just get bang, switch off. That job's done. Get ready for your next gig.
Yeah, I think it's always good to have another gig scheduled in as soon as possible after an important one. Just to remind you what normal is like, because the big gigs are rarely the ones that you're doing all the time until you get to like a certain level. So having just like a terrible, tiny little open mic scheduled right after your big, massive 2,000 seater gig it's going to bring you back down to earth, like even if you do well, it's going to like make you humble again by going, you're still performing in front of 6 people. You had 2,000 last night, but you've got 6 tonight. And that's just
I'm glad that you brought that up, because for me, that's the gigs that long as you give the energy, long as you deliver, that's the gigs that really sharpen the knife. So I look at every gig as the positive on it. Even though I shared that gig that I done the other night, there was still some positives, how I still kept the crowd, I got the crowd back, and still got big laughs regardless of all the incidents that happened.
I think also like when I first started my career, it was very easy to be like, oh, there's only 7 people here tonight, so it doesn't matter. It's a tiny crowd, it's an open mic, it doesn't matter. And then at a certain point you realize like those 7 people showed up just as much and did the right thing just as much as the 2,000 seat crowd did. They're there, they're ready to laugh, they're exactly as engaged as the audience beforehand. So do you show up just as much as you did in the giant huge crowd, or do you let them down?
No, you've got to focus that people have spent their hard-earned money to come and watch you perform. So whether I got 5 or 500, they get the same performance, and you don't know who's in the crowd. I'm going back about 7 or 8 years ago. I've done the Melbourne Comedy Festival in the cloakroom it was like 11 people on a Sunday night, and there was this dude laughing his hole out. The black fellas, we say hole. So laughing his hole out, and then after he came up to me, it was John Fane.
Boom.
Right. So then John plugged me on his radio station for about 3 days, and then my numbers picked up for the rest of the season. So you don't know who's in your crowd. So give it 100% every time.
That's it. And
you also don't know who, like when your worst gig is going to lead to an opportunity like 1 year or more down the track. Like somebody could say they were at that tiny 11-person gig and they're like, but I actually kept you in mind and now I've got this 3,000 one, or I've been watching you grow and now you're ready. So I've been shocked every time, how little things can blow up like that. But from a physical perspective, I think I have respect now for the process of adrenaline that's being dumped out of your body every time you finish doing a gig. Like it's natural to be buzzing afterwards. And now like people around me have picked up on that. They're like, oh, you're coming down from the high. And I'm like, am I? Like, I don't even realize that I am, because I've been living that for so long. And to know that sometimes it's either like you're on a high or you're spiraling, but it's gonna be temporary, and you're gonna be able to do another gig another night when you can think clearly again. So yeah, it feels like extreme emotions when I come up.
Yeah,
Stage.
I'm glad. Yeah, and for me, I like to have that time when I get off stage before anyone comes up to just have that 3 or 4 minutes. Say, when you go through your act and you go tick, tick, okay, tick, tick, and then you like have that. You kind of have that moment to really just reflect on your show. And then I always like to have that little moment, and then I like how you said that, Eddie. Yeah.
So you have a moment to yourself.
I think as soon as possible, when I get off stage, I'm trying to separate the quality of the audience from the quality of my performance.
Yep.
Because sometimes you get out there and you're like, I did fantastic, and then after a while, you're like, actually, no, I flubbed a bunch of things, and the audience was just so lovely that I didn't realize how badly I was doing, that I wasn't giving them what they deserved. And sometimes you're like, they're the opposite. You're like, oh, no, I actually did do everything right, and it was just the audience were a bit quieter, or a bit more reserved, or a little bit sensitive, maybe. Who knows? But I think it's really important to like assess that as soon as you can.
Yeah, because I think sometimes they say like, don't blame the audience in the same line, like the customer's always right. But I'm like, no, sometimes an audience is just not giving you, or they're a little bit shit. Like, you know.
Yeah, some audiences you can do exactly the same material, exactly the same the day after, and the audience is not with you like a Saturday or Friday night audience would be with you on a Monday or Tuesday night. You know what I mean? And so sometimes, long as you do your best, and you deliver.
And sometimes they'll smile for the entire show, and then you get off stage, and they were like, "You're the funniest comedian I've ever seen." You're like, "You could have told me by laughing during the show."
Yeah.
That is the traditional way.
That's what I say. Laugh. I love to hear laughter because I can't hear smiles, cunts. I'm passionate about laughter. I'm passionate, people.
Well, talking about shows, Anna, is your show still coming up soon?
Yes, I got that confirmed today. There's less tickets available than there was before now because of capacity restrictions, but I'm doing that on the 5th of August at the Kropinyeri Republic. I'm also doing a show called Tea for Tea at the Butterfly Club, 12th, 13th and 14th of August. That's an all-trans showcase intended for an entirely trans audience. And then I'm doing a top surgery fundraiser on the 25th of August at the Comedy Republic. So if you want to come see a really fantastic lineup of my most famous friends as we try and raise some money for me to finally get some boobs, that would be really great to come to that one.
Yes, show us the money.
I'm coming to that because I'm a titty man. Yeah.
And Annie, you've got a lot going on. You've got Lemon Comedy happening in August.
Yes, it's looking good. I think the capacity might be 100 people. So I'm going to confirm that tomorrow. It's on the 19th of August in Melbourne. And yeah, it's always a fantastic lineup of inclusive comedy. So the third photo there was taken from one of the previous performances. And we always have a door prize, and the raffle gets hectic. It feels like it's a crazy hen's night or something when I draw the raffle. So come for that. Yeah, some TV stuff happening as well. We're going to air the final episode of Rediscover Victoria soon. Not this week, probably next week. They come out sporadically.
I'm so jealous. I
love raffles. I love raffles.
Kevin's just caught on to the conversation from about 15 minutes.
I love raffles because at one raffle, my uncle was in the raffle. All them white fellas knew that, I bet your black fella win it. I bet your black fella win it. And in the raffle, my uncle, he real black. He black like a struck match. That's how black he is. And what happened, they pulled out the winning ticket, and they said, "One black C."
And then there you go.
Like, that's me.
There's some people out there smiling, yeah.
And Kevin, your shows are coming up very soon.
Yes. So
it's a wrong poster, but it is coming soon.
Yeah, I know. I just like threw me out then. But yeah. So I'm with the Aboriginal Comedy All Stars. We're nearly sold out. So we're in the main theatre at the Powerhouse, Brisbane Powerhouse. So it's a 710 seat theatre. We've only got like just under 100 tickets left. So get along, buy your tickets now. And so yeah, and then I start that's at the Brisbane Comedy Festival with the Aboriginal Comedy All Stars on the 1st of August this Sunday, and then from the 4th to the 8th of August at the Brisbane Comedy Festival doing my solo show, Kevin Kropinyeri Goes Talk About, which is a real in-depth, funny take on my life.
Fantastic. It's so great to hear you're working and making it happen. And Karen Lee on Facebook says, love raffles and boobs. Great combo.
Yeah, we need to do a show all together where we promote all these things.
Yeah.
Yes. As long as I can get my ass out,
Yeah.
and dance the Bootylicious.
Yeah, I haven't thought of what role Kevin will have, but yeah, enthusiastic.
I always wanted to be a backup dancer on Bootylicious. Yeah.
Supporter.
I haven't booked the whole lineup. If Kevin wants to be on at my fundraiser, you're more than welcome to, Kevin.
Yeah, what
I'm
was
there.
that picture where you had your peach showing in flesh-colored leggings? Get that routine
Oh, that
back.
one. Funny you mentioned that, Annie. That was the first time I done comedy, and that was my act. So it was about how when I met my ex-wife, when I met her, I was a real fitness freak. Then we fell in love, got married, I put on weight, so I went from being a fitness freak to a naughty freak. And so I ended up doing an Aboriginal interpretive dance, like with kangaroos and emus, in a pink leotard with a black G-string, and to Rick James' Super Freak. And it boof went off, and that show helped me win Deadly Funny back in 2008, which changed my life.
Boom.
I can bring that act back.
Yeah,
Well,
it sounds like
people
you
keep
can reel
saying
it
that.
out.
What do you think
now.
I'm training
back.
for? What do you think I'm training for?
We can be your backup dancers.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Manpower again. Yeah, I'll be like the hairiest manpower for
Yeah, this is how you'll win Dancing with the Stars. This is how you'll beat Annie.
Yeah. No, not me, Diana. I don't want to be on that show. It'll be a different
Annie.
kind of peach for the MasterChef celeb version that I want to enter.
Imagine that if you get on MasterChef, you think you're on Dancing with the Stars, and you just start dancing up on MasterChef, like throwing shit around. It's like bam, Fritz and sauce, Devon and sauce sandwich. There you have it. Take it away. Yeah.
Yeah. delivered on roller
I get all
skates.
these shows confused. I feel like whatever reality show you put me on, I'm just going to treat it like The Bachelorette. I'm just going to be picking out who's going to win, but who I'm taking home for me.
Anna, I'm going to start a new a new reality TV show, and I'm going to put it on NITB because my auntie can't say TV; she said TB, NITB.
Yeah.
And so how's this? Like, you get the Curries from New South Wales and Victoria, right? You get the Murrays from Queensland, you get the Nungas from South Australia, the Noongas from WA. Well, I'm going to start up another one called the Nunga Wants a Wife. Bam. Yep, and at the end of the show,
Yeah.
he gets to choose 3 wives.
I'm sold.
Yeah, non-monogamous.
This could be the
Can you
pilot
imagine
of
that?
it. That you're
Like, 'cause I
watching it right now.
I got 8 beautiful children to 3 beautiful black women, which I've never seen a pink nipple in my life. I heard they're out there, but I'm just saying. I've never seen a pink nipple. Anyway, but
They're overrated.
but I was just thinking, remember that first date I could take her to visit my one lot of children, second date, visit my other lot of children, third date, my third lot of children,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, like I said,
On the
it
Nunga
sounds like
Wants a
the
Wife.
pilot pitch right here.
Yeah.
on the screen, so we could trial it. We can trial
Yes.
it when we see Kevin.
Yep.
Guys, that's it. We're ending on the nipple getting married and
The nipple gets married. Is that the name of the show?
features MasterChef. stories. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Can I just
Thanks
say
for having
thank
us.
you? Thank you. Lovely to meet you, Anna. Good to see you again, Annie. Can't wait to give you a hug.
Yeah.
Diana, keep shining. Love you. You're doing well, and you've got a good heart, and you deserve all the success that's coming your way, darling.
Yeah, get me on Dancing with the Stars.
100%.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
send me that
Thank you.
money you owe me.
Great way to finish the lockdown here anyway. Nowhere else
Come
I'd
on.
rather be.
You know that invoice I've been waiting for 2 months? It's from
Yes.
SnortCast.
Oh,
Pay
really?
Diana.
Oh,
You bitch.
Nah, comedy, my sister. Comedy. What's Anna?
Cancelled.
Gotcha.
Live on air.
I
Cancelled.
know, live on LinkedIn as well.
Nah, I'm only playing.
All right. Good
Diana's
night.
good. Yeah.
Join in.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Howdy. Welcome to the show. My name is Diana Nguyen, and I am the host and creator of the SnortCast. We've been going live twice a week on the SnortCast.